to Sarah's table. Pew, 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 pew. Fingers. Oh, double fingers. I love it. It's good. Those were good, aggressive finger guns. I liked it. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I'm going to be your storyteller today and your host and your favorite person. I'm going to remind you that you should be drinking some water because you're probably dehydrated. Oh, no. Someone did not come prepared. I see some coffee. It's close. It's like close to what you.
I put ice cubes in my iced coffee, so like I feel like my argument is better than last episode's where it was just the coffee argument. You prep the coffee with the water, but
right? No
ice cubes. I added extra water.
Man, we are getting steps and baby steps toward just drinking water. I'll take it. You know what? I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Today we are going to be playing The Crowned, which was designed by Damon Vanhee and myself. Look how pretty it is. Everybody go buy it. We are on our second play episode. Last time things went, I don't know if I would say awry.
No, it was fine. We did all the things that we thought we would do.
Yeah, maybe not all the things that I thought you would do.
Fair.
But that is okay too, I guess. It's an adventure that we are building together. Before we dive into more adventure, I would love to do a quick safety discussion because I think that's really important as a responsible game master and player at the table and human being. Here on Sarah's table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, withholding food as punishment, or starvation. We also say you can attack an animal that is attacking you, but we do not kick the neighbor's dog. Is there anything else we would like to avoid today? Great. If we stumble into something that you're like, uh-oh, didn't realize this was a problem for me, you can throw up a big X, very easy to see in this. You can message me privately. You can say, hey, Sarah, nope. I mean, maybe just like the tiniest bit more than nope, but
nah.
Okay, that's fair. Or you can
just
message
quietly shake your head
in the group chat. No, because you're doing that the whole time.
Always, yeah.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah,
I
let's
can't
not
verbally like constantly agree or disagree. It's all
just
in
like
head.
a full, yeah. It's showing your engagement, and I love that. But like, let's not have that be the signal then, just in case. Yeah. Great. I would love to go around the table. I would love to have us introduce our players and who they are playing today. And don't forget pronouns all around. I'm going to hop to the person who's directly below me on my screen, who I'm sure is not below me on your screen. But Xavier, who are you?
Hi, I'm Xavier. You can find me online as Pancake Mix. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Oblivion, live for short, who is the god of things that don't exist.
It was a very unsettling sanctum, as we discovered last session.
Who is your bond?
My bond is Outcast, which is fun. Like he's super chill. He also doesn't hang out with people that often.
Yeah, it's just not in your business very much.
Yeah. So yeah, lets me sort of like be in my little outside of time and space thing when I want to.
I'm sure nothing will come into play. I'm sure you guys are probably like just very chill. The three of you. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Let's hop over to B. Who are you?
Not worried about that at all.
Okay, cool.
Hi, right? Oof. My name is B. B Zelda, they, them pronouns. And I am playing Dusa, they, them. They are the aspect or the purview of hair. And my bond is rhyme, because rhyme is just straight up wrong, and I love that. I like, let me infest your dreams just for a little. Let me unlock your doors with my fingernails or my hair. You know, just regular, friendly, questionable stuff. It's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Just normal, just not
Yeah.
alarming.
No. But like worrying your nightmares.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to cause me to not sleep tonight. Great. Scooting over to Damon.
Hello, my name is Damon. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing Salt, the god of salt, whose pronouns are also he, him. Salt is bonded to Nell, the god of death and business, and being a jerk.
That's that. To be fair, that is not one of Nell's official purviews. It's
Correct.
just
I was gonna go read it and
Are
see.
you-
It's
Yeah.
the honorary.
Are you
Yeah.
sure? I'm reading it.
it says right here.
I have the
did-
book right here.
Yeah, we released it in the errata that he is also the god of
Also
being
the
a
god of
jerk.
being a jerk.
So who remembers what happened in the last episode?
Like 3 sentences.
Yeah.
Great. I'll take 3 sentences.
A letter from M.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our group chat is Cult of Cuties.
Support, yep.
The oh god, words. What was
Feels like the important stuff.
no, the club
Yeah.
that what was
Oh.
her aspect called? Or her
RGB.
RGB.
Aurora?
Yes,
Yeah, Aurora's
thank you.
club is it's called
Light
Light 'em
'em
Up.
up.
Light 'em Up.
Light them up.
Yep. We went to the mushroom place.
You did.
Mhm.
And
Tumble Nell.
I wrote Precious Points is a cult. I don't
Oh,
know what
yeah,
that is.
I know the Precious Points. They're like a fancy spa cult that I visited a couple of times. Well, Liv has.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Why did I write that?
Xavier
What-
went. It was weird. It was very weird.
I don't know. It seemed maybe important to my backstory, so I wrote it. I don't know why you wrote it.
Right. I'm just gonna like write your name next to it so I know. That's Liv.
Was I there? Unclear. Cool.
But
I mean, that's good broad strokes. Do we want to? Does anybody else want to narrow that down a little of what we?
Oh, right. So we got a letter's asking for help, but but Salt figures out that the letter is asking for help from someone who's more powerful than us, and we're like, oh, actually, that's intriguing because we were like, who's this person? Like, we're gods, we are too busy. But then they were like, okay, but this god seems to be a little bit more important than us, and so we travel to Tumblebell,
Yeah, can we get
Tumblebell?
Tumblebell,
Tumblebell. I
and
added an extra B. I'm so sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay. Everybody
bees at you.
does.
and we get there, and she's super nice.
She's super nice.
Yeah.
We on the other hand are very skeptical and a little maybe a little rude. But after we're sorting all that out, she gives us some tea, and we find out that she is the god of manuscripts.
Yes.
And apparently Axiom is digitalizing everything, and she's worried about that. Maybe he's not actually digitalizing, but that's what I felt like was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could be. She definitely said things were being redacted. She's the word redacted. Which you all remember and definitely made a note of, I'm sure. Yeah, it's on there.
I redacted.
I had it
note.
crossed out.
Yeah, right.
So,
I redacted the word redact. Understood. Damon, would you like to hop in? Any other details?
Yeah. Liv's house is awful.
What do you mean? It's so pleasant and serene there.
I mean,
those are
depending
words.
on what you enjoy, yes, that is a correct statement. But for maybe the majority of people, less so.
Less so. Yeah, you went through Liv's sanctum, and if you were not Liv, the things that it like brought up your greatest fears, essentially. Sort of whatever it was that causes you to sweat in the middle of the night, you were suddenly just sort of steeped in, which is fun. So I would love to just dive in.
Mhm.
Tell me, now that you are armed with all of this information, where do you think you would be going to attempt to like get started on your way?
Oh, maybe an Axiom alleyway.
Oh man,
Oh boy.
Are you like
straight into an alleyway.
familiar
I love
with
this so much.
Is that too scary? Should we go to a
Not for me.
regular library first?
Not for Liv. I mean,
love-
we've met Liv. Liv is hanging out in the places.
but
I
not
love a good
Axiom's
alley.
places. Okay, yeah, but like I feel like that's where our information about um is going to be. We can find someone who is not Axiom, who is associated with his alleyways, and we can take some of their information.
Great. So
yes.
Dusa very hesitantly.
Like,
It
we're missing
sounds
something, but
so do you want to go to the entrance of Axiom's alleyway, or do you want to try to like find someone associated with the alleyway in the city? Or are you looking for a person in the alleyway?
We're definitely looking for someone who knows something, but not as much as Axiom.
Sure. Who could know as much as Axiom?
Right.
Yeah, trying to find somebody who's got some information without potentially triggering Axiom knowing that we're looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
is that even possible?
Okay, I have a bold suggestion.
I
Instead of
love it.
looking for someone who's an ally of Axiom, what if we find someone who's an enemy of Axiom because they will not rat us out to him?
Okay. Well, I mean,
Nell's got
now.
yeah, Nell. I mean, we probably don't want to go directly to Nell.
What do you mean? Nell seems chill
But I mean, sure.
comparatively to Axiom, at least for me.
Oh, interesting.
All about
Yeah.
perspective.
I mean, we could try contacting management himself.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the potential. I know he has there's a guy named the Archivist that works for him.
Just reading that.
It's not really like, I mean, it's like it's people, not books that they keep.
Right.
Ooh.
So they might have some information on other people. I don't, if it's Axiom directly doing something, it maybe won't work. But if it's someone that works for Axiom doing it, we might have some luck.
That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, the archivist dresses really well, so I'm here for the visit.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I love that is how you made your decision.
It was kind of my takeaways. I read the little blurb. I'm like, ooh, sharp dresser. Heck yes.
Okay, I'm totally into it. Great. Okay. So I think Liv is very used to just moving through his sanctum, and so he just takes you through again.
Yeah.
You
we'll
are
just
not
go through.
ready.
Easy.
It is, yeah.
Whose sanctum? Liv?
Liv
Yeah.
sanctum.
My sanctum.
Oh, okay. We're going through its sanctum. Cool.
Yeah.
To go through. Oh, sorry, it's sanctum. Going through to get over to.
Yeah.
Where
Totally.
you're gonna go see the archivist.
Can we have like a brief discussion, because like it wasn't great the last time?
Oh
and,
yeah,
like...
no, there's no you're through already. You've done
I'm
it.
ready.
Oh.
I'm ready. I was like, great, decision made. Let's step. I'm just gonna do the same road. I'm gonna spend my same points.
Amazing.
And here we are. Great. I
You
step
did
out.
it.
I step out and I'm here.
Yeah. Behind you, Dusa and Salt step out. And there's a couple of beats. And Aurora has not stepped out yet.
I think we're missing someone.
What do you mean? Didn't you just walk through?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, where's Aurora?
I'm gonna take a quick peek into my void. I like stick
Yeah.
my face in. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's there.
She is
That's such a
there.
scary sentence.
Oh,
She's sort
Sometimes-
of.
is that
Sometimes it takes a little longer. It'll be fine. We can keep
She's
going.
a little lost. She looks a little wide-eyed in there, Liv, and this happens sometimes. She wasn't focused on getting through. Her brain was somewhere else, which like sort of pushed her off of your path.
Yep.
And so she's kind of swirling around in there.
Yeah, and she can't hear me, so we just have to wait for her. I'm sure she'll figure it out.
will she come out here?
I'll leave. Oh, okay. Hold on. I have a route that I want to see if I can do.
Ooh.
Oh, love that.
I want to leave a little like a little portal so that when Liv comes out here, she can just like tap, walk back through the void, and then meet us up with it. I'll hold the other end.
Oh, great. Okay,
Cool.
cool. Let's see how we would build that. So probably you need to conjure the little portal, I think.
Yeah, that feels like a conjure.
Not damage.
Probably distance.
Distance.
Probably duration.
Yep. To keep it open. Do you want to put any guard in there for safety?
Yeah. So that it'd be nice if only Aurora used
If
this.
only Aurora comes through. Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah, that seems nice. That seems nice.
You know, you have your sanctum locked up pretty tight, but you never know. Sometimes there are some stragglers that come through.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I think you probably need about a rank 3 of conjure because 5-foot cube will be easiest for her to come through space wise. Distance.
Unclear, but I should make some. I should
Unclear.
give some leeway.
Yeah, I agree. Because of how you fold everything, I feel like I'm gonna have you just, I think rank 4, because this is a controlled thing and you can kind of manipulate stuff along the way. That's not like technically super far, but I also narratively think it doesn't make sense to bump you up too high in this. And duration. Yeah, so duration, I feel like how long when people get lost do they actually get lost? How long are they?
I mean, for me, it's like 30, 40 minutes, whatever. That's a long time being lost.
Okay.
For them, it feels different.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's like days in there for them, but like time on the outside. So let's do a rank 3. We're banking on your background. So rank 3 there. And then I think
she doesn't come out after an hour. She's not
coming out. Rank 2, I think, of guard will really sort of lock it in just for Aurora's particular aura. All right, so where are we at with that?
12.
Great. And then we didn't go above 4 with anything, right?
Ooh,
so we don't need.
That's times 1.
That's times 1, and then whatever your what are your discounts?
I get 1 for guard and 1 for distance. So nice little 10 Aether rote.
Right.
All right.
What an auspicious number.
All right, let's check how it goes.
I'm sure it'll
Okay.
be perfect.
It was. I
Okay.
rolled a 6.
6 major
Ooh,
bonus. Yeah.
Major
Okay.
bonus,
So
nice.
what I think the major bonus is that you have maybe this is something that you have been like working on in the past, like because a couple of times things have gotten lost and you don't want to have to deal with that. And so I think you'll get like a little ping right before she's going to appear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like oh like the microwave going off. Like, oh,
Yeah.
she's done. She's cooked. Let's go.
Here we go.
So yeah, you will get sort of notified
Perfect.
divinely that she's gonna pop through. And we'll probably be not traumatized at all.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's lovely in there.
Oh boy. So so the three of you, Liv sets it all up. It's feeling very confident about it. And then you sort of turn around and you are standing in front of a very dry corporate officey looking building.
Is it like only gray with like a bunch of windows with white blinds so they don't even get to see outside?
Oh, there aren't windows.
Ooh, of course.
Okay.
Silly me.
Don't need windows. Windows are a distraction, and so do not have them.
Mhm. There are
but-
depressions where they should be.
Yes, absolutely. I
Just
mean, so that
concreted
it
instead.
looks proper, but there aren't
Doesn't break up the
windows
skyline.
in it.
Yeah.
And then, in fact, I would say even from the outside, some of them are painted to look as if there are windows.
Cursed.
Um,
I think I'm gonna like this place. Seems
Yeah.
lovely inside.
Oh.
It's not.
and there is like a little revolving door that is set where you would find it, and it's just like right at the base, right in the center, exact center of the building. Very efficient. And it is turning at a pace where you have to walk swiftly, but not run, because you don't want anybody to get jammed up. That would be super inefficient.
It's probably the kind as well that when you're inside of it, if you get too close to either side of the wall, it'll stop as like a safety measure, inconveniencing anybody trying to come in at a certain speed. So there's always this uncomfortable, like, oh, I gotta, oh, okay, no, hold on, it's just
But not too fast, not too fast.
Gosh, I just, yeah, it's
Yeah.
to watch,
This
never mind being
this is
part of.
not a building designed for comfort. So, all right, Maria, what's your plan?
I guess I'll lead the way on this one. I've been here before, at least.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very drab inside.
Yeah.
Kind of soul sucking. So just like be
Hold
ready for
on.
that. Be ready for that like fluorescent light buzz to just be too intense for the next 2 or 3 months.
What?
And I'll head into the fortress.
Great.
I'm
following.
confused. Yep, I'm gonna follow too. Just like, hey, months? Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna linger.
As you sort of are spit out into this very bland office lobby. There's no place to sit here. They don't want it. It has a distinct like aura of moving you along. Like it's like a pressure
Very
to get
efficient.
out of this area. This is not for hanging out. There is one figure sitting at a very large and imposing like welcome desk. Welcome is a strong word. But they're sitting there and they have sort of stacks of paper and they're stamping a thing and moving it along. They don't even look up Sid, do you have an appointment?
No.
You need to make an appointment.
Is the archivist in today?
They pause. And sort of eyes come up. You're here to see the archivist
Mm-hmm.
with no appointment.
No.
Narrows their eyes.
I don't know that this is going to work because of who their boss is, but I would like to make an impress check. Kind of like puff up a little bit because I have been bonded to Nell for a long time.
Yeah.
And I am sure that I am recognizable.
Sure.
So for my skill specialization
or perhaps just in your brain, you're very recognizable.
in my brain, I am very recognizable, obviously. I took intimidation through reputation for my specialization.
Okay, so in order for there to be no questions asked and you hustled along, your group hustled along, you will need 5 successes.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I have 10 dice for this pool.
Gosh,
Outstanding.
Would you
My
like to
presence
just
and impress are 5.
to pay for it? Or do
I
you want to
would,
roll?
but also I have never rolled 10 dice for this game before.
Okay,
so
great.
All the dice.
So for those watching at home, there are some checks that are not a sliding scale of success. And so if in order to like make this happen, you would have to have 5 successes, say, as long as you have at least that many dice in the pool that you could be rolling, then you can just pay for it with Aether. At a 1-to-1, and you can just say, "I succeed. Thank you so much."
That's your gods.
Because you're gods, and so you push on it with your divine presence. There's also the option. Damon has opted to roll if somehow, with his specialization and everything, he manages to just beef it and does not get 5 successes on his roll. He can pay for it afterwards with Aether to succeed, but it now costs 2 per success, and you have to pay for the whole thing. So even if he got 4 successes, he couldn't say, well, I'm going to pay 2, and then that brings it up to 5. Like he got 4 successes. Yeah. Sorry, you didn't make it. So you need 5. 5 times 2 is 10. It'll now cost you 10 Aether.
I love that.
So there are options with your rolls.
That's
all right.
Sometimes you just I like being a very powerful guy because it feels like, oh, I can just buy the things that I want. That feels nice.
Yeah, just buy it. I mean, you just push on it with your presence. Like, nope, I can do that. What you get?
So I got 5, but only because of explosions.
Great.
I rolled 2 5s in my initial batch of 10, and then everything else was a 3 or below. But those 5s exploded into 2 6s, which exploded into another success after that. So because it was my skill,
I was just gonna say
only when you use a skill specialization.
Yeah, so he has
only on the very first roll.
Yeah.
To know.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool. I like that.
Yeah, so I was hoping to get like, I don't know, 15 successes on that or whatever.
Sure.
But
wanted to be very, very impressive, and instead you were
5
kind of
is
like,
enough.
don't you know who my boss is? And they were like, yes, dude, it's also my boss. Like, thank you for name dropping here in his literal office.
I have so many dice though.
I know. You were like, I'm gonna look cool in front of my friends.
Yeah. I'm gonna show off a bit. I don't get that much.
They squint at you again and like, yes, they know who you are. They knew who you were as soon as you walked in, but like, if they just let everybody through who was bonded to Nell, like it would be a pain in the ass, and so they don't want to. And so they were like, yes, all right, fine. Yes, let me make a call.
Thank
they
you.
They just poke at their ear. We have 3 visitors for the archivist. Yeah. No, I agree. I do think it should have been 4. I don't know. Maybe they misplaced their friend. Yep. All right. They'll be right down. Binks hangs up, looks back up at you, goes back to and gestures vaguely off to the left, the 3rd stairwell down on your left.
Great.
I just want to in that whole time, could I have been trying to make a flower out of hair?
Absolutely.
Like, braid it and weave it.
I
I'm really
love
good at
that.
making.
Yeah.
And I want to present it to them. This is for you because you really need something to kind of like brighten your day. Bloop. It's a flower. It's not just a chunk of hair.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of place it up on the table, and when they, and like the little counter area, when they let go, it just is in a little vase. It's got like the little like beads in the bottom that you use for fake flowers
Yes.
to keep it in place. It's a little bud vase.
I love that.
And then gesture. And you notice as you leave that the pile that they are taking from to start the stamp is never getting shorter. It's just like a continuous, just always refilling itself.
What did
Just
they do?
purgatory for everyone here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Stairway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pass a couple of stairways. They said 3rd stairway on your left. On your left, the 1st stairway goes up. The 2nd stairway also goes up, but like at a different angle. They are both lit by fluorescent lighting, pretty like jarring, harsh lighting. The 3rd stairwell goes down, and it is pitch black.
Oh, let's go.
Whoa.
Looks great down here.
Somebody want to hold my extra limb? I have a hair limb. The phrasing could have been better.
No, it's perfect.
No,
it's fine.
Thing ever.
I'm just trying to decide if I can be touched.
Oh.
Real. That is real.
Because I was like,
that's
yeah, I'll
true.
do that. But I don't know. Okay, hold on. Do I think I can be touched? I think
Can you make
I
parts
think-
of you corporeal?
Oh.
I think that I can, but I don't often. And I think I'm always impressed when something outside of when something like can in fact interact with me. So I think I will like hand you my tendril of darkness, and I think you are welcome to try, and then we can decide whether or not I notice.
I like that. I think
Oh, your tendrils are holding hands.
yeah, like if it was like my original limb, whatever that, like my hand or something, it might not work, but because it's my extra limb at a level 4,
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like that like it's able to happen.
Great. Cool. I do that, and I was joking a little bit, but like when it actually works, you notice that I like notice something like it would look like my head is turning, but except like my head is just kind of like there, but you notice that it would have looked like that.
Cool.
It's probably a good thing that Liv is the one that decided to reach out, because you would have lost it immediately in the darkness. Soon as you stepped into the dark, like it would have
Just vanished.
Who knows if it's there? We don't know.
Sounds great. Right at home.
I think I'm gonna use the moat wonder to just
Okay.
because I didn't take any of the seeing in the dark wonders or anything like that.
Sure.
And I
Oh.
think that typically it's for salt, it's like a lighthouse kind of temperature light.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that any lights in this particular building work like that.
No.
So I think the moat is conjured and it's a little like sputtering kind of fluorescent situation.
Yeah.
Which is not going to give consistent lighting on the way down.
No.
But
The further that you go down, the less maintained it seems. You have gone from, I don't know that any of them were wooden. They're always concrete at the top, but then there was a shift into like stone, almost like slab kind of stone, and then sort of more crumbling and decrepit stone. And you are this takes you down farther than you thought it did. And you step out into sort of what looks like a library. It is I don't know. Maybe, how about everybody to give me a history check? I am going to say that Salt, for the sake of argument, I don't think you've ever been down here. This is the first time that you have gotten to see the archivist. Because you, being at least mildly intelligent, are like, maybe we just don't mess with that dude. Like,
it's like brains plus no.
brains plus no.
Cool.
Only have one die in that pool.
Same, and I got nothing.
I got two.
Two. Yeah.
I'm very brains.
Well, yeah, and also Liv like has a lot of time, I think, on its hands. Like I think there's a lot of like, you seek out a lot of information, you know.
Yeah, I'm always finding stuff that people are forgetting.
Yeah, this is definitely catacombs, which is in a library that when the three of you stepped into it, it almost felt like you felt like a popping of your ears. You have stepped through some kind of divine shielding. Looking around, things are very dimly lit now. Liv, you are pretty sure that it's blood on the walls, lots of blood sort of all over the place and on the furniture. And a lot of the books are bound in leather that is from, let's say, lots of sources.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna mostly avoid the furniture because I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. I see it.
Yeah, and it's dim. I don't think you need your moat anymore. It's still sputtering by you. You're welcome to keep it if it is a comfort for you. But it's not necessarily okay. Cool. You are now able to like see enough in the area. Also, along with, so here you don't hear that buzzing of the like overhead electric lights anymore. You can still kind of feel it because it's going to stay with you for a bit. But instead, there's a really uncomfortable sound here that sounds like, I don't know, maybe bones clacking together.
Cool.
Just like in the background all the time.
Hello.
It echoes.
Are you supposed to say that loud in a library? I thought we had to be quiet.
Maybe they'll come and correct us, and then we don't have to wander around looking.
Yeah. Just you do the loud talking.
A figure comes around the corner and you're fairly certain that it is the archivist. None of you have ever seen the archivist, but there is a presence that this person projects. Like this is their space, and you are now in it. And it is clear that they don't like that you are in it. They are carrying a book. The cover of said book is maybe moving a little bit. And they walk up to you and say, "Where is the rest of your party? It's incredibly rude to come to a meeting and be missing everyone involved."
Oh, you're talking. She's coming. I'm sure she'll be here soon.
Time gets weird every now and then. It'll realign itself. Also, so nice to meet you. I've heard so many things.
What have you
A lot
heard?
of rumors. Well, I heard that you were actually 14 feet tall and could breathe fire, which the fire didn't really make sense because why would you want to do that around books? But I did hear you were a snazzy dresser, and that seems to be living up to the truth.
The archivist links eyes with Salt. It's bold of you to come here.
You said we had a meeting.
And yet you showed up unprepared.
But I still showed up.
Hmm.
Which counts for something.
They flip a page, and a quill appears in their hand, and they make a note without glancing at the book.
I don't want to get a bad grade.
It is definitely blood that they are writing in.
I try and peek. I can't not. I try and peek.
Okay. Give that a... Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
I am trying to be... Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to be stealthy about it. I'm just trying to figure out a good dice pool to build.
Oh, no. You tell me how you are trying to do it.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out a way to use my presence, but I don't know that I can out-presence this person at all. I think I'm going to just, like, quickly glance.
Boop.
Just a little?
Just a little?
Just a little one. Just
Okay.
a little one.
I gotta be honest.
Fast.
Yeah, that feels like a reflex because you said I can't not do it. Reflex and notice, I believe, is what it is. You're looking to see, trying to see what they're writing.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, this feels like a reflex notice.
Yeah. 3 dice in that pool.
3 dice. Okay.
Plenty.
This feels like a sliding scale to me because depending on how much you're able to look at, I think.
2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah. You're able to get, I mean, first of all, you know your own name. It is your name that they are writing.
That's what I was.
They're writing the 3 of your names somehow all at once, just writing it all down. It looks that they're slightly different colors, but if everybody could give me a quick might and notice, please.
Oh, interesting.
One day I'll succeed, but not right now.
I got a 0 the first time. I didn't know I could do that.
Oh no, welcome. Dusa and Liv, you feel, I don't know, it feels a little bit like almost like a bug bite. Feel a little bit of something. Salt, you feel that pricking and maybe it's because you're looking directly at the book at the time. That's your blood.
Hmm.
That's
Mm.
the archivist like drew it onto the pen from the three of you
Gross.
and wrote your name in your particular divine blood.
Very binding.
Neat. I love what I'm imagining is on the page now that I know that it's coming from our blood. It's like feels like our own kind of different thing.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So they finish writing. They glance up. They glance around. It looks like Aurora will not be joining us. So, what is it that you want?
Go ahead, Salt. Ask
I see Deuce just like
everyone else
you.
steps back.
Come on, you got this.
So we had an interesting conversation with a person deep in Tumblebelt Park, who I assume you already know about, since you seem to know that we were on our way. But her purview potentially is being redacted. She's one of Axiom's, and I was hoping that we could potentially get some information or help with her problem from those of us who don't much enjoy Axiom's company.
I look around, make eye contact with each of you, sort of sizing you up. Linger on Liv for an extra beat. Well, management is not terribly interested in starting an outright conflict with Axiom at this time.
That's why we're not talking to him.
What sort of information are you hoping to glean from my archives?
Well, if there is an individual who is doing these things to this god, it would be nice to know who they are, because then that would give us an idea of where to go next.
Like, has this happened before? Is there a history of it? And, what did they do?
Also, where does the stuff go when it gets redacted? Because usually when stuff gets lost, I eventually find it, but redacted is not the same as forgotten.
These are a lot of questions. Which one would you like the answer to? You can have one.
Ooh.
I feel like we should do the first one because that's feels more important.
You are welcome, of course, to always make more appointments and come back, but I would urge you to make sure that you have your entire party with you if you want to have more appointments. This is a courtesy because one of your number is management's. Although I do feel it only fitting to tell you that management may call on you to repay this favor that he has given you. Salt.
I understand.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think the first question then, who is doing the redacting?
It's not a simple answer. Follow me. Spins on his heel, walks swiftly deeper into the library, the catacombs. It's starting to smell very damp down here. There's water dripping from somewhere. Not sure where
Are we
the
sure
light
it's
source.
water?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Excellent question, though. Yeah, there is definitely liquid dripping from somewhere.
It is wet.
It is wet, y'all. And starting to get pretty humid down here. And you feel like you're walking for a really long time. And you pass through a room. He says, you might want to cover your faces for this one. And like little handkerchiefs appear in front of you that have herbs and things in them, like lavender and nice smelling things. And then he just keeps going. And I'm not going to describe it. It's bad. Everybody remember that not only is Nell the god of business, but he is also the god of death and murder and funeral rites. So you walk through that area of the library. And when you step out the other side, they disappear. Those things that smelled tried to smell good, but like I don't know that the herbs were super alive at the time.
Noted.
And and you are standing in a very bare room. There is a nondescript table in the center, almost like an interrogation room. There's a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling, and there is a figure sitting at a chair, and the archivist walks in and they make eye contact, and the archivist nods, and then they turn to you and say, they will answer your question. And then they step out of the room and shut the door, and it clangs heavy shut.
That's not
all right.
nice.
Okay.
Ooh, chills. Yeah, I guess we're all like, the three of us are just like standing awkwardly facing this one individual at a table with that horrible singular fluorescent bulb.
Yeah.
Heating and shining down.
Yeah.
Hi. Who are you?
Is that your question?
No, absolutely not. I'm not allowed to talk here. Salt, please.
Would you like to know what this person looks like?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's very small. Almost childlike. She is very, very pale. You get the idea that like maybe she's not alive. Not necessarily in a zombie brought back sort of thing, but like maybe she's truly just like a corpse.
Oh, or maybe a ghost.
Yeah, I was getting ghoul vibes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So are there like, I assume there's no seats or anything that would be too comfortable.
No, no.
But she's sitting.
She is sitting. She also has
Okay.
moved very minimally this whole time.
Actually, Sarah, is this for lack of a better term, is this a phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a wonder that's called where is it written down? Like two cans on a string, and it's for those bonded to Nell, and you can talk into one corpse and out another one.
Oh, neat.
So, who am I? Nope, that's a question.
Don't ask that one.
Just trying to figure out how to phrase it.
We're definitely concerned about exactly the
in the
number of questions we
background, just
have.
like no questions, no questions,
No
constantly.
question.
No.
There's just like this hair tendril that's like, no.
Not that one.
We are assuming you know our reason for being here. We are looking for the person who is doing the redacting of the individual's purview in Tumbleville Park. We're trying to find out where they are and who they are. Give us those answers, please? Question mark? Yeah, no, that's not really a question even.
You can't just say question
so-
mark and have it
Question mark at the end?
So close.
So
Really
close. I
close.
tried really hard, really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Who are they?
You see this figure's eyes sort of roll back in her head. And there's like rapid blinking, like she's processing.
Yeah.
And then she says, "You're looking for Lem."
Lem. I don't think I know any limbs.
Who am I there?
Just live in the background, walking around like, that's.
That seems to be a name people know. So.
There's been no indication that they have like hung up, right?
The
All right.
the face is still looking
Still-
at you.
Yeah. Where are they?
2 questions.
That's true. That is a second question.
Cool. I mean, we have a name. That's probably enough.
Okay, I have an idea.
I can't wait.
On our way, so I'm guessing that maybe we are going to not be able to ask any more questions, but I'm wondering if I can try and sneak some information about this Lem out of the archives with us as we are exiting.
I love it.
That is the thing that I think I can do.
Okay. Is this are you building a rote, or is this
I
just
think
wanting to do a check?
I think I want to do a check. I am
Okay.
a very sneaky person.
So you are looking for like brains and sneak, or are you trying to do it with your divine power? So presence of the sneak.
Ooh, definitely brains and sneak. Like if I'm using my divine power, it is to be unnoticed.
Got it.
Yeah, not as like an exertion of it.
Okay. So this again will be a sliding scale, because depending on how well you do, the more information that you're going to be able to get out of the archives.
Okay. Cool.
So are you leaving this room?
Oh yeah. This will be after I leave this room. So if Salt and Dusa, we should decide if we're ready to leave.
Before we leave, I want to try one other thing.
Yes.
So I also have the wonder, access the archives, which lets me ask questions of corpses. And I would like to ask the corpse a question, not who is on the other line.
Not the recipient of the phone.
Not the recipient. Yeah.
Okay, so give me a D6 to see how many questions you get.
4.
4. You get 4 questions. As soon as you ask that question, because you know how you've used this power before, it's going to sever that connection.
Oh.
Which is fine. Like,
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. How long have you been in the archives?
What year is it?
Well, I answer. We haven't actually figured out any sort of like numerical system, but I say whatever like year it is.
Yeah, well, the common numbering.
Yeah.
1600.
Right.
Oh, so not too long.
Not too long. Just a hot minute.
That's what-
Well, kudos to your embalmer.
Thank you.
Who's on the other side of the call?
Priest.
Where are they?
Upstairs.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if they know it or not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, they don't have the like cubicle 14 or whatever, but like the
yeah,
like right upstairs.
Someone here who is maybe just looking something up in some files.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn to my companions. I'm gonna try really hard not to say a question out loud, but I just sort of like, huh?
It's definitely like that scene in the D&D movie where it's just like just
The whole round.
it's just saying, gonna wake up another one.
Could they?
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe they want a gift.
What?
They were so helpful.
That's kind. I was gonna suggest if they knew exactly where we could find some archive information.
Oh.
Mm.
Could maybe narrow it down.
Oh,
Live for you.
we could ask about Lem's archive.
Yeah. But gifts are nice too.
Where in the archives could we learn, other than here, about Lem?
Cocks her head a little bit and then says, tries it how to word this. The archivist ledger.
Oh, lovely.
Cool. Easy peasy.
So easy.
I love organization.
So simple. All right, thank you.
Oh, hold on. I was making them a gift. What shape should this be? We've done a flower.
Mhm.
When you're stuck in an office and you don't get to look at anything interesting, maybe this one will be shaped like a little tree, like a bonsai tree with like little afro puffs.
Love
like
that.
Kinky hair is the bonsai parts.
Great.
Here you go. We didn't ask if you wanted it, but it's like a gift. So you're welcome. And I'll plop it on the table and back up.
She starts reaching for it, and maybe even starting to smile a little bit, and then just like slumps forward.
Oh, right. Corpse.
Yeah.
This place is creepy.
It is kind of creepy.
Out of curiosity, is that bonsai gonna like keep growing?
Oh no, it's like a dead plant. When you cut off your hair, it doesn't really do much else.
Yeah.
But plant.
Okay.
Like that you said it doesn't really do that much else.
Yeah.
Because
sometimes things get weird.
Yeah, I think for Dusa that like hair probably does still grow once severed directly from you. It probably a little bit, not like not as much obviously, but like it is not like if one of us just cut our hair. Like it's like it still does a little bit extra.
Got some life in there, a little bit of magic life.
Yeah.
A little bit of wonder.
So I think as soon as that happens and this corpse slumps forward, the door cracks open and like just like opens up. I don't know if you remember the room that you came through to get to this one. But that is what is open right now. That is your way out. And I think this is an excellent time for us to take our bio break. So maybe we might want to fortify before we go back. We go back through.
Idea.
Ta-da! So everybody go get yourself something to drink and a snack, perhaps something that smells really nice for the adventure ahead. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back from the break. Beep 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 beep. I'm not sure that sets the proper tone, but
Hmm.
beep 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 beep. Beep beep. Our heroes are stuck in.
We're stuck?
Well, not stuck per se, but you are in the bowels of this building, surrounded by corpses.
They're not our corpses.
Nah, they just
Third-
stinky.
True.
They're
just
not
there.
your corpses. That is
They're just there.
correct. Tell me what you would like to do at
right.
this point.
So, we need to peek onto the archivist's ledger, and
You do.
this feels like a task for Liv, who is
Mhm.
very good at sneaking around, and not being noticed.
Mm-hmm. Great.
In fact, so a important question: how secluded is the archivist ledger? Is the archivist just holding his ledger? Is that the ledger that we're talking
I
about?
was wondering.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. Then I have a plan.
I love this.
This is actually I think it's gonna work out greatly. I have a skill specialization that I called hide in plain sight.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Hmm.
And so I think that as we are exiting, perhaps looking like a group, I can be like just walking by and I can get myself a solid look at the ledger. Perhaps, consider if it's not open to the right page,
Mm-hmm.
I can stick my face out into my void, out onto the page that I'm supposed to be looking at, and read it there. And I'll
Mhm.
try and do that casually as we're exiting.
Just super cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna casually stick only my face through an extra dimensional void to read a book.
Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah.
It's
Very
casual.
chill,
It's
right?
very casual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be you have a couple of options. You could do
Yeah.
this as a check. That would allow you to use your specialization, which would mean that any 5s you rolled on your first roll would also explode
Yeah.
as successes. You could try to build a rote, but it would probably be pretty expensive.
Seems super reasonable.
Yeah.
I want to check because
I'm gonna do a
I
check.
am very sneaky.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna say I think to get all of the information that you want,
mhm.
I would need 8 successes from you.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. That
What-
sounds that
Mhm.
given that I am sneaking information from the archivist while he's holding the
While he's holding the
ledger,
book. Yeah,
while
yeah.
he's holding his
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. And
Great.
and how many do you have in your pool if you're doing are you doing presents? Because you're not brains, right?
I would
Brains
love to do
and
brains.
because of
Snake.
brains
Great.
and steak. So how
Cool.
many
That is 8 dice for me. I have
Okay.
3 brains and 5 sneak.
Okay, so here is your options. You can just pay me 8 right now.
I could just pay
and
it.
just do it, or you can try to roll and get it. And if you don't get 8 successes, then it would cost you 16 afterwards. But there's still a path to success regardless. But if you roll and succeed, it doesn't cost you any.
This is like the hardest decision of the
We're
game.
gonna
because-
listen. We're gonna Monty Hall it. There are 3 doors, right?
Right.
Pay. You roll and succeed, or you roll and fail and then have to pay more.
Yeah, but if I pay it, then I don't get to roll 8 dice. You know what I mean?
That's true.
For real.
All right, I'm gonna roll my 8 dice, especially because I explode on 5s.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
but,
So-
but
Only
the
on
fives
the first
explode.
one.
Only the
Yeah,
first one.
only on the
first time.
very first roll.
Only the
But
first
then if they turn into 6s, the 6s
Yeah.
continue like regular.
Hey,
Here we
hey,
go.
man, I
Yeah.
got it.
Sorry.
You're not in charge
I'm
this
just
time.
excited.
All right,
I'm just
cool.
excited.
All right, cool. I maybe should have paid for it. All right,
Okay.
but I got 3 explosions.
Okay.
I've got
Okay,
3
okay.
explosions. So I only need 5 more 6s. Okay, hold on. I got 2 more 5s and a 6. So
Okay,
we're up
so
to 6.
Up to 6,
So-
roll that 6 again.
I have to roll 2 more 6s. Okay,
So
I did not.
close.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ah,
All right.
so
I'll pay.
close.
I'll pay the 16.
Okay.
Is it 16? Is it double?
It is
Yes.
doubled.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you pay it afterwards, you have to pay double. Because we're basically finding you for your hubris.
Yeah.
We'll just be
It's like a beautiful little double or nothing kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so as the three of you are walking out, you don't end up like getting picked up again by the archivist until you're through that terrible room. And then you're back into like the library proper. And as you are walking out, you're able to just sort of casually just into the void a little bit. Through the book, and your face comes out and you kind of go through until you find it. You were looking for Lem. Lem is located in Synthward,
Great.
and you have like a location, basically.
Lovely. Okay. I, as cordial and as casual flying as I can, I, say bye to the archivist as I'm dipping out.
Yeah. And as I am going to say, this is something that y'all don't know, but as soon as you leave, we're going to have the camera just linger on the archivist for a second. And they smirk. And then you hear that rattle of bones get louder. And Nell steps out of the corner and says, "Did you send them to Synthward?" And now we're gonna click back to you in the lobby.
Oh, what?
Love it.
See, I'm really glad that we didn't have the no gesture be our X card, because all three of you did it. Just
That's just expressing like our delightful fear.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
We're gonna X card Nell.
Yeah,
I'm not comfortable
no, thank
having Nell in the
you.
game.
He
No.
feels scary, and like it's not going to be good for us. So no, thank you. All right, you're back in the lobby.
Great. Say bye to the receptionist. We're heading out.
Still stamping.
Oh wow, that's so hard to watch. Oof.
Well, I leave.
Yeah.
I follow.
I'm out. Yeah.
It is just, I would love for everyone to give me a reflex plus let's see, exert check, please.
Nope.
This makes sense for Salt to have succeeded here, because he maybe forgot to tell you, this building doesn't want you to leave, because when you leave, you're not like...
We're leaving alive?
Yeah, absolutely. Leaving alive. But it doesn't want you to, because when you are in here, you just work forever. And then that's how you're fueling up Nell. And so it actually takes a little bit of effort to get out of that revolving door.
Yeah, we revolve, I feel like, for a little bit.
Yeah, you're sort of stuck in the revolve for like Salt, you go out and don't, just a regular revolving door, and you step out onto the street and you turn around, and both Liv and Dusa are in their own little things, and they're kind of revolving a little extra.
I'm not going to go back in to help them, but I am going to pantomime, like, just shove. Just like really push up. You just got to really jam on that door.
Whoa!
Yeah, and you
sticks.
Yeah, you get out, but like, you definitely got the feeling, both of you, that it was like, no, but stay though.
Okay.
Oh, fresh air, finally. Oh, that place is stifling.
Yeah, I liked it less than I thought I was going to.
And like,
Yeah,
corpses
everyone says that.
What
don't
a
have a
nice
lot of
way
hair.
of saying it. Hmm.
Oh,
But we got the info we needed.
yeah, I know where we can find Lem.
Oh yeah, you didn't say out loud where.
Right. But we're gonna go to Synthward.
Ooh,
Hey.
who's been there before?
That's an excellent question. Do you think any of you would have been to Synthward before?
Let me see what
I'm
I
gonna
wrote
roll
about
and
it.
find out.
Fetch. Or
Oh yeah, sure.
I have been there before.
Great.
nah. I feel like most people are hairless. It's not super appealing.
Yep. Not a lot of hair there.
It's true.
Although I think that there are probably some Fetchborn who maybe wear wigs. Probably not a
Okay.
ton of them, but
Mhm. Good
some.
for cosplay. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. They are cosplaying folk.
Looks like I've poked in once, maybe twice.
Okay.
I don't get
Yeah.
out much, but like, I get out when I get out, I get go places.
I love that.
Okay, cool. So why Salt, why would you have been there, do you think?
I think that um, it is near Morgantown. It's like right next to Morgantown. And I think Morgantown is a place that Salt has spent a good amount of time in. So I think Synthward is probably a passing through situation rather than going there with a specific
Got it.
goal in mind. Yeah.
Okay.
And for me, Synthward I think I find intriguing because there's such ingenuity and invention there. And as I expanded my purview, I started like being like, oh, look at this thing that didn't exist that now does. And so it's sort of like for me, it is sort of like a place that is like feels like a little somber because like it's nice to see like a thing become, but then it stops being a thing that I can
Right.
like
You
that I
can't do
have
anything
purview
with it
over.
anymore.
Yeah. Invention is lost for you. I love that.
Yeah.
So how are you getting to Synthward?
Um,
The bus.
The bus. We are live. Not doing that again.
You sure?
Mm-mm.
You're
100%.
all right. That's fine.
We're
I'll meet you
We're
there.
still down one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
right.
still waiting for Aurora. Has it been an hour? This
I'm-
is concerning.
I'm sure she's fine. I'll
Well,
check in on her.
yeah, while you're
As
there.
you
you're
go
taking the
through.
bus. Yeah.
Please, we're gonna go wait for the bus
All right.
or the train.
All right. Have fun. I'll see you there.
Bye.
So public transit is actually super efficient and super on time here in the Shining
Yeah.
Garden. So you don't have to wait very long for a vehicle and then you're on your way. It's not going to take
Is it
you.
free?
Yep. Yeah. It's-
Utopia.
yeah.
Mhm,
Not
mhm.
hard to get where you want to go. It's a big city though, so it's going to take a little bit of time.
Mhm.
Liv, when you are going through, when you're doing your
Mhm.
little origami fold to get through, you said you want to poke around and see about Aurora just for
Yeah.
a second?
I'll just check on Aurora. Like I presume, like sometimes it just takes a little extra time to get through the void. People gotta do it kind of at their own pace. I just want to make sure she's still okay.
Yeah, I mean, physically, she's still fine.
Great.
She doesn't feel to you maybe super great emotionally, but is not in danger.
Yeah. Not in danger is good enough for me. Like I'm like, yeah, she's still there. Like she's got to take her time, and she's not in any danger. Like she's safe in the void.
Right. I'm gonna fast forward us to Synthward. Everybody has arrived. You've met back up, and you are standing at the base of a tower that is in Synthward, because this is where you know that you are supposed to be finding Lem. Most of the units in this tower are empty because not a lot of people live here.
What's the vibe of this like city? Like when we travel into this district, is there like a distinct visible change? Is it like a feel? Is it
I don't think a feel necessarily. Like there are still plenty of humans and gods walking around here amongst the Fetchborn. It's just that there's a lot more Fetchborn concentrated here than are in other parts of the city. So the Fetchborn are essentially robots that Fetch has made, and he made several generations of them. He kept trying until he made one that got divinity, and then he was like, cool, all done, and stopped. So there are a lot of levels of tech here. There are some, if you think about like, if we put it in the context of like a Star Wars versus Star Trek, like R2D2 to Data kind of a thing. There's sort of a big range of levels. The
cool.
later generations, although they weren't made super much later, are more and more human like the closer that you get. However, a lot of them they also like choose to change the color of all of their different parts quite a lot. They can swap them out. There's ones that have like animal bodies, like ones that look kind of like centaurs because they're doing something. Some have big extra arms that come out because they've done something to make sure that like when they go to their job, whatever they do for work, it's like specialized. So like you're in a bunch of robots, but nobody looks at you weird. This is totally normal to have non-robots here. It's just that most non-robots don't live here.
Okay. They don't accommodate like the mostly organic.
Yeah, I mean, you could have access to all of it, but it is like so much easier. This is not a place where they have like grocery stores.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so while they're not necessarily saying like we don't want you here if you're organic, it's there's just they're not catering
There's not a big market
to you.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
It's like when you go and you stay in a hotel that's like in a very industrial area.
Yeah.
You kind of have to make sure that you have all your stuff with you because you can't walk somewhere to get something.
Exactly.
Cool.
So you are standing at the base of this tower. You look up, there's not a lot of lights on in it. It is almost like a strangely it's a pretty inefficient thing for the city, which is kind of a surprise because with all the gods running things and doing everything is very, very efficient. But this building feels like, we were hoping that maybe it would get filled with folk who would want to live here. There just like aren't that many of them. So like looking up, there's a lot of dark, empty units, and it's the middle of the day, so it's not like it's the middle of the night, so there wouldn't be lights on. Like it's just empty in a lot of those places. But a little further up, you can see a couple of units, and you know that Lem is up on the 10th floor.
All right. Ready to go inside? We can probably just like take the elevator or the stairs. Or if you really want, we just pop right in. We'd have to go through my board again.
I like the flair of that, but let's save that in case we need to get out. Or if Lem bolts for whatever reason, and then we can use it to get ahead of them.
That's fine.
In a very flashy way.
We can go the boring way.
Yeah, because like, what are we expecting? This is somebody that might be involved, or the actual individual who is redacting some pretty big deal manuscripts. I don't think they're gonna be super friendly, or maybe they will.
So you taking the elevator? Are you taking the stairs?
Let's take the elevator.
Elevator.
Climbing the side of the building like some of the Fetchborn do?
That's funny. Will do stairs. Elevators are nerve-wracking.
Sure.
Just in case, didn't love the elevator. Okay, cool.
You never know.
So you climb the stairs. You know, you are gods, so it's sort of being out of shape is not a thing. Like you don't really get tired. It takes you a bit to climb up. Also, the stairs here are just like slightly bigger than a normal
That's so funny.
human stride. Just like the tiniest bit. You can still do it, but like
it feels weird on the hips, you know?
Yeah, you have to be a little bit more deliberate with it. So you get up to the 10th floor. And there is a couple of, obviously, you know, hallways and things, but you found the exact location, so you were able to go right up to it, and you find his door.
Great. I was gonna say I knock, but I don't know if I can do that.
Oh. I'm gonna take a quick little listen at the door.
There seems to be sort of gentle music playing inside, and you can hear someone moving around.
All right. I guess I'll knock. I'm trying to decide what level of politeness I'm into for this. I guess knocking is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there like signs of life around us? Like it seems
empty floor.
Yeah, still okay.
Aside from this. Yeah. There's like you hear sort of a muffled like holler from inside.
I'll open the door.
Great. It is not locked.
Why would it be? No one else lives here.
No one else lives here.
Yeah.
You open the door and it's not a huge dwelling. It is pretty utilitarian. You get the idea that even though they built these to like have humans live in them, they didn't really figure out what that meant entirely. But there is a definitely, you think, a human, but he's got like what look like fetch-worn parts sort of strapped onto him in places. And he is on a treadmill. And there's next to him like a tray that keeps replenishing food and water. And he looks over at you. He's very sweaty and he's very out of breath. Even though his treadmill's not going very fast. And he's like, "Oh, are you here to? You gonna take over for a little bit? That'd be great. I haven't slept in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you take a break? Are you?
I can't
Lem?
get off. Yeah. Can you? Somebody's got to be on it before I can't get off. Someone has to be on it.
Or what?
It's I don't.
Will I be trapped on this once I step on it?
I mean, I am, so probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
I have
seems
a lot of hair. I sweat a lot.
Right.
Is this
Sure. Yep.
fireproof?
Okay. Surely.
Sorry, Liv, you're really trying to ask a question. I feel like it's a lot more important than whether this is waterproof.
No, I was saying I can probably make a thing that walks on treadmills because like they don't have like things besides people that are like really treadmill walky thingies. I can probably like make one for a little bit.
Like a ball that rolls.
Conjure up a thing that'll mimic the.
Yeah. So my other skill specializations are secretly the same skill specialization. They are make and fake. And it's we have this at home. And so I can make a thing that does exist, but I can only make a knockoff version of it that like is not as good because it's like a not real version. And I can make a thing that doesn't exist, but I can't make it as good as like a version that someone would actually make.
Sure.
That's so cool.
All right. Well, let's do it. I think this is a fake. I think this is because we're trying to like trick the sensors in the treadmill and stuff to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So a full success, I think, is going to be, and it's not going to last a super long time, is going to be 5 successes.
Yep.
But this is a sliding scale because I think you'll be able to make something. I just don't know how long it will last.
Perfect. All right, 1 explode. All right,
And-
1 success.
Was it a 5?
Yes.
And it exploded, and so didn't turn into a 6. Got it.
Did turn into 6.
Yeah. So a thing pops up, and he like falls off of the treadmill. So like he's like sort of on all fours and collapses onto the ground. He's like, "Oh, thank God, thank you." Oh
Yeah,
boy.
I don't know how long that's gonna last, so take a little break.
Okay. Cool. You like? Does somebody hand me just some water? Maybe a little bit of water.
Oh, yeah. Is there like a sink?
I hand him some water. It's a little salty.
Salty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Thank you. I think.
You're welcome.
Electrolytes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you here to? You're different than the people who usually come, so I thought maybe you were here to like take over. But are you here to check quotas?
No.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Lovely. I love that those were our 3 responses.
What? What?
What?
I have no good questions to ask. I'm just gonna look at the treadmill.
Great.
Oh,
You want to
yeah.
check out the treadmill?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to have you roll. You can either use presence and notice or brains and notice.
Ooh, presents, please.
And I know that brains is your strong suit. So if you would like to use
That's where the hair grows from.
That's right. Straight out of your brain.
That is logic. So we said presence and
Notice.
Cool. So it's 4. Oh my god, this is the most I've rolled so far.
Heck yeah. How do we
Failed.
all failed?
All failed.
Okay.
Wow.
So to get basic information, you would have needed 2 successes. I really wanted it to be sliding scale. But you can pay, if you pay 4, I can give you at least a little bit of information.
Yeah, done.
Okay, great. This is not made, like this was made by some kind of divine presence. And it is like speeding up the process of aether replenishment.
Cool.
Whoa.
And there's no like flourish or signature or like something iconic that would be noted.
I don't think so. Not anything that you can sort of pick up off of it, but like this is definitely not just a treadmill. Like this is
not
like
your run of the mill treadmill.
Yeah. This is like was placed here. So while Dusa is exploring that, Salt and Liv, anything with Lem?
Yeah. Who are the people who normally come?
Oh yeah. I don't ever get a name. Really? I just like recognize who they are. Maybe they told me their name. I'm so tired. I'm having a hard time sort of focusing on everything. But like, I was just wondering if I have done enough for the procedure. Like, did I do enough so that I could
I'm gonna do kind of like a little. I don't have the healing hands wonder, but I kind of want to like give him some electrolytes, like give him a little touch,
that seems
and like
mhm.
fix him up a little bit.
Fix him up, yeah. Electrolytes. Salt is important for your body.
A little zhuzh for that. Maybe rather than a full rope, but maybe just a check for that.
I think you need to use your divinity for this. I think divinity and weird, I think, is what's
Okay,
going to
I can
happen,
do that.
because it's a little weird. But you're like trying to replenish his salts because he is sweating like crazy, and that's going to help stabilize. If your salt level is wrong, it makes you like hallucinate and stuff. Wow, yeah, great. You sort of, I don't know how you do it, but do you like touch him physically, or?
Yes, I think this might be a little weird. I'm gonna give him like just a little kiss on the forehead,
Oh, a
just
little
like a little
smooch.
smooch, just like a little smooch. And we have a bit of a salt transfer. I get his little bit of his sweat, and then
it's not hard to get his sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably could have done it with your hands. You're doing the thing players do.
Okay,
Where
but
I'm
it
like,
looks so much cooler.
I
the
can just.
moment is so much more.
I know,
epic
but I'm
than,
gonna
like,
just
a
use my mouth.
simple-
Like, you don't have to. So yeah, you have his sweat now on your mouth, and he is a little pumped back up. Color returns to him a little bit more. He's like, oh, I feel better. Yeah, that's good. I feel like my heart rate's coming down. That's good. I like that. Great. So, boy, does this mean that like I gave enough now? You guys here to do the procedure for me?
Pretend that we just got here and we don't know anything that's going on. Why don't you explain what's going on to us as if we were those people?
Right. Yeah. I feel like there needs to be some sort of a persuasion situation here. A roll would be great of something.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Maybe an impress, maybe like a presence impress, but you can't use intimidate because that's
okay.
The opposite.
But I will do presence plus impress because I have 10 dice.
You can get
Yeah, I won't do that.
We've been like hydrating. We got the treadmill going. We've done a lot to like help out this help Lem out.
Yeah. I have adjusted the sliding scale for it. Yeah. I got with all the stuff. I think he's rolling real high though. Look, he's still going. I think it's gonna be fine. 6. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe this is like part of it. I guess I just have to retell you. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I don't know his name. Axiom, one of Axiom's priests. I told me that if I ran on this treadmill until I had helped enough that he was gonna transform me into a fetchborn.
Oh,
because that's what I want. I want to be fetchborn. He's like, if you look around his space, there's like posters and sketches, like a teenage girl's room of fetchborn everywhere. Just
that's why he's got all like the metal parts strapped to him.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna sit on the floor with him, cross-legged.
He's still sort of slumped.
Yeah. No, you're okay. You're okay. Did this priest tell you what the treadmill does?
No. Just that I'm supposed to run on it.
And how long have they had you running?
Yeah, how long have you been running?
What day is it?
Oh, hey, everybody. So I know I was really invested in that treadmill. It definitely replenishes Aether.
Oh.
Beyond that, I don't know. I'm really looking, but I think I spaced out for a little. I'm back. Don't worry. Dusa is back. And they like face the team now and finally like try to give their attention.
Here.
So it's the treadmill. I guess it's probably not like plugged in or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. I want to try. I want to know if I could figure out who the treadmill is connected to. I think that's a thing I can do.
It's going to somebody.
Powering someone, yeah. And if it's speeding up their the rate at which they replenish Aether. That's pretty cool.
Does Axiom need more?
I mean, we always need
Maybe.
more.
Maybe he's
Need?
extra busy.
Need is a strong word. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually think this might be okay. We don't have a ton of time left in this episode.
Mhm.
If you want to determine who is who is getting the power from this treadmill, I feel like we would maybe need to set up a ritual.
Ooh.
So that the
okay.
three of you can work together to power it. That is a touch of a complicated process, and I feel like it's maybe something that we could spend the time to set up in our outside chat before the next episode, and then just like explain how we did it at the beginning of the next episode, so that because I mean that could take 20 to 30 minutes. I just don't want to.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't want to spend that much time right now. But so I think this would be maybe a great way, a great place for us to sort of end the episode with the three of you.
Cool.
Lem gets physically from an unseen force, your little shadow person disappears, and an unseen force picks Lem back up, places him on the treadmill, and he starts going again. And the three of you surround the treadmill and start like creating the ritual circle around it so that you can figure it all out. And I think that is where the camera will pull back and we'll end.
Very cool.
So tell me, here's our moments of gratitude. What happened today that you are super down with?
Go first. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, go.
Liv putting its head through like the portal to find the information about the ledger, because like I had so many ideas. I'm like, darn, the ledger's gonna be the hardest thing to acquire. And then all of a sudden it's just like, nah, I got it. And it was stressful, but amazing.
I'll just put my face in there. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I got the deets.
Yeah, I felt very glad to
good.
be able to use my biggest dice pool.
Yeah.
That's like you know, it's like also for Sarah, Nell's building terrible. I hated it in there. Like I know Liv was pretending like it was mostly chill, but I was like
it's not good.
It was rough.
It's not a good place to be.
Yeah, I love Dusa's constant need to gift hair sculptures to people.
I love it.
Just leaving hair everywhere.
It's simultaneously like very sweet and super bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm trying to envision how I would behave were a stranger to give me a sculpture of hair. And I would, number one, absolutely take it. Number two, tell everybody about it. You know, but three, maybe hide it. Like,
don't put that on your mantle
or something.
Yeah.
Feels very bizarre.
Yeah. It also gives off the big vibes of like, I have a cat, and instead of all the fur that the cat sheds, I like knit into sweaters and things like that. Is like that very much is like no waste though, like, and look how soft it is, and then they can always be with me, to where it's like, I mean, why is that weird though? Because when we make it out of like sheep's wool, it's the same thing. Like why is this one so weird? And so there's that like strange line of like,
layers to it.
Who knows? I think kind of a lot happened today.
Yeah, we were busy. We learned a lot of things, and we're gonna learn more things. Maybe even solve our problem.
Yeah,
went to a lot of places. It's good.
Seriously though, it's
maybe
really nice too.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna cause more problems than we solve.
That never happens in TTRPGs.
No. This is a new problem that you all have just discovered, and I'm so proud of you.
And I don't know why, but I'm feeling very protective of Lem. I think I might try and take him.
I hope so.
Yeah, poor Lem.
I might mummy
group
him,
review.
but
Yeah.
he
But then
seems to
he'll
want
be
to be something
preserved?
different anyways. So
Yeah.
It's adjacent. It's like a parallel backwards step to
Yeah.
Seaward.
we'll see what he's into. We'll see what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because the question was like, who's doing it? And there's not,
Mhm. There's layers to that.
there's not a one person answer to that. So I was like, well, we'll go to the bottom of the chain and see what happens with that. It's
Hopefully
not
there's only
weird.
2 steps on this ladder. It was just Lem to the enemy. And then
To
If
the
that enemy
two-step
is an
ladder.
axiom, that might be a problem.
It's a jump. It's a big step, that top one then. Ooh.
Yeah.
jump. And then how do we?
Axiom's just relying on Lem only for all of their
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like,
It's just like this random mortal that wants to be a Fetchborn. How do we all feel about? I know that you as the characters don't know, but how do you as players feel about the Nell involvement?
Love it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I can't believe we're doing the bad guys thing. Can't believe we got set up like that.
It's so good. So good. Like, what are those consequences as well? Like, I just love it.
Probably consequence free, I would bet. I think you guys are all very chill people.
Yeah.
Nothing
Like,
to worry about.
Oh, like they said, we're not going to do a little Axiom Nell war, but we are very much the soldiers of that right now, just figuring out if it's, how good it's going to be.
We're the pawns and we're being moved.
Yep.
Just scoot it around the board. All right. Well, I would love to go around the table one time and have you all tell everyone where we can find you on the interwebs and if you have anything coming up. And as everyone knows, today is Friday, July 19th. We all know that. So keep that in mind when you are telling us what you have coming up. Let's start with Damon.
My name is Damon Vanhee. You can find me on the internet at Damon Vanhee and also at formerlypharaohgames.com, which is us. It's the game and all of that stuff. It's me and Sarah, formerly Pharaoh Games. All the socials for the company and the book are there. You can buy it right now. It's print on demand on Drive-Thru RPG. Coming up, I have some stuff, probably. If it's the 19th, then some stuff has happened already, which you watched, and it was great. The next thing that I have would be Gen Con, and I'll be there with the game. You can buy it. Please do.
Excellent. Direct and to the point and not meandering at all. I love it. Right. So good. What about you, B?
Yeah, I looked at my calendar. So, hi, my name is B Zelda. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me on all socials as B Zelda _ podcaster, streamer, TRPG. And right now you can find me on 12-Sided Stories. It is a wonderful podcast where we played something really cool that I definitely can recall off the top of my head. Recording things in the past, I don't do that. And you can also check me out on 6 Sides of Gaming on YouTube, where I am playing in Rentec Riders and Legacy of Mana. There we go, Brain. Got it. Boom. Enjoy.
Excellent. I feel like we're all really firing on all cylinders today. We're doing great. All right. Let's see what you have to say, Xavier.
Yeah, hi. I'm Xavier. You can find me on most of my socials as Pancake Mix. That's that's Pancake MX. And if you want to support the thing that I'm doing, I have a summer job where I'm teaching math at a summer camp. And if you want to donate to that nonprofit organization, you can do so at beammath.org.
Heck yeah. My kid is taking summer school math right now because we're not math people, as it turns out. Sadness. Hi, I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me all over the internet at Pixies and Pins or at my website, which is pixiesandpins.com. And you can find me here every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific on Gen Con TV for Sarah's Table. Next week will be what is intended to be the exciting conclusion to this arc. But who knows? Who knows if we will actually wrap up this wild mystery. I'm gonna do my best. I feel mostly okay about it. It's gonna be great. And I'm like all over the place and other things. I will be at Gen Con. You can find me. You can find this game, which you can buy. I believe it is going to be selling at booth 100. So you should go into the X Hall and you should go get it.
Exciting.
There are limited amounts of them there. Go buy it. And we're also, Damon and I will both be at the Gen Con TV booth throughout the weekend, every so often. That is booth K in the entertainers area. And there's going to be a live Sarah's Table on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And you can buy a ticket and you can see crazy shenanigans like this, but in person. So do that. Okay. I think we're really doing great, everybody. Feel good about us.
Feeling good.
Yeah, I feel good. I would like to again, this is the part where I thank the people who made the game. So thank you, us, for making this game. This game is dope. I am really enjoying running it at a crazy epic level. I feel like you guys are not even making a dent in your Aether. Truly, like
I'm trying.
Mm-mm.
I've spent a bunch of Aether, and I'm like, okay, so I can just spend as much Aether as I want.
just so much.
I even took Tithe, so that when I run out of Aether, I get more Aether.
Same.
I'm not at all
Oh,
worried.
nice.
Yeah, not at all worried. I love that. Yeah, let's see if we can get them to run through all that Aether next time. That's my goal, is to
Mhm,
like throw
mhm.
enough stuff at them that they have to just keep spending Aether. So get the game and make characters and tell me who you are the god of on the socials. Thank you to Gen Con and to Peter Atkinson for giving me this platform so I can spotlight games that are not with a bunch of big, mainly D&D money, honestly. That's what I'm trying to do. I try to get those eyeballs on those games. Thank you to Marcus Mays, who is our tech over at Gen Con TV, for keeping us running smoothly. Thank you to my delightful partner, Jeff Moore, who has put our overlays on and made it so pretty, and all of the extra fancy. I mean, hopefully, honestly, hopefully he didn't put anything on there that I described today, because today was disgusting. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna have to chat about with him afterwards. Just make sure nothing happens. Yeah, and thank you to everyone for being at my table today. I love telling stories with you guys, and I'm excited to tell more. And thank you to you at home for hanging out with us today. It is because of you that I get to keep doing this job. So don't leave, because then I'll be sad, and no one wants that. I feel like that was a really excellent way to end it. So I will, as always, keep making art and keep being art, and we will see you next time